Afternoon. Hi, this is Beth here in Kentucky. Hi, Pam and Eli the cat, Nan, Diane from Canada, Susan. Oh my gosh, there's so many. AL, Jane from Australia. Thank you. Hi, Christine. Hi, Mary. Hi, Kathy, Pete, Brenda, Darla, Becky in Michigan. Oh, you must be cold too. We're freezing here. Hi, me, I, MB, and G. Thank you all so much for being here. We've got about a little over 3 minutes till we start. Um, it is cold. It is snowing in Michigan. Yeah, we had snow yesterday. Um, and it is like 30 something degrees out. So yes, it is cold. Linda, Roland. But, so we may not be out here the full hour, but we'll definitely, get to see everything we came to see today. And I'm here with my mom again. She came to join me.
Hey everybody, good to see you. I have my polar bear sweater on today.
So yeah, we will be seeing the war memorial because old Daniel is my first cousin. What, MB? Seriously? Okay, well, you may be learning some stuff you didn't know about Mr. Old Daniel. Um, Hi, Beverly in Chicago. You're probably cold too. Um, but we're going to see the war memorials, a couple of them, and we'll see Daniel and the view and learn a little bit about the history of Kentucky. And actually, this cemetery in Frankfort is now becoming a tourist attraction because of it. So, hi, Stephanie. We got about 2 minutes till go time. And you can kind of see the memorial behind me. Oh, how's everybody doing? Staying warm? You know, Tracy from Kentucky. I know of her. I do not know her personally. Used to rock his cradle with her foot, or so the family lore goes. Wow, MB. Okay, so maybe you need to come join me on one of these tours and tell your stories because that would be amazing. Louisville, not Louisville, Louisville. We have to get every time I get on here, I have to give a new lesson on how to say it. It's not Louisville, it's not Louisville, it's Louisville. But we are in Frankfort today. We are not in Louisville, so yeah. But there is a really nice one there. Seems funny watching when you all in the northern hemisphere are cold, where I'm at the beach watching at 8:30 a.m. Oh, I wish. Catherine, seriously, why can't we be at the beach? Oh, that'd be wonderful right now. I mean, on the fact that you pronounce Louisville properly on another one of your tours. Thanks. Thanks. All right. So about 40 seconds. Hi, Lynn. All right. So I'm going to go over here where we can start and you can see this monument. Hi, Tom. Hi, Karen. All right. Thank you all so, so much for being here. You can, hi, Michaela. Okay. We're going to turn around because we're getting ready to start. And you can see this monument here in front of me.
Tall.
It is very, yeah, it's tall. So I might have to pan up a little bit or turn you around. All right, ready? Here we go. Hello there. This is Beth, your tour guide from Kentucky. If you haven't met me yet, I try to do tours of all about Kentucky. I haven't got very far out into the state yet just because of how much gas costs. So, hi, Francisco. Oh, Francisco. Sorry. Um, so, hi, Gloria. In the middle of your screen is a white button. You can take pictures and share those later on Facebook and the Voyager page so that I can see what you're seeing, make sure everything's coming out clear. Um, Also, should be a map so you can see where I am in Frankfort. There's also a tip button. Hi, Ken. If you're so inclined to leave me a tip, that'd be great. Gas is expensive right now. And this is about an hour, a little over an hour away from my house. Um, and then also leave me 5-star reviews afterwards. That would be wonderful. It would help my ratings and hopefully get some more people to join on the fun. So, without further ado, let me turn you around. Here we go. All right, so I might actually have to turn you sideways. Hold, please. Ready? We're going to go vertical. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So this is the first monument, and this is the Kentucky War Memorial. It is so tall, I can't get it all on the screen. It's a memorial to Kentuckians who have died in all wars, but it was originally built for the Buena Vista War between the U.S. and Mexico, I believe. On the high point is called the State Mound, which we're on. And the memorial consists of a 65-foot tall monument, which is the monument in front of you, erected in 1850. 9 low stone monuments built in a semicircle and 2 low straight monuments. The 1850 monument honors men who died up until 1850, and it lists the battles and officers who fell. Semicircular area to the south lists all the other wars. Hi, Angela. Hi, Ken. And the wars included are the War of Independence, War of 1812, Texas War of Independence, Mexican War, Civil War, Spanish-American War, World War I and II, Korean, Vietnam, and Persian Gulf War. In 1848, an act was passed by the state legislature to appropriate $15,000 for its construction, and it was erected to stand over the graves of 17 Kentucky soldiers who had fallen at the Battle of Buena Vista. And then in the back, I'll show you here in a second, the mass funeral inspired by the Mexican War veteran Theodore O'Hara. He penned the poem Bivouac of the Dead. He's buried here in the back. So let me turn you back around. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. So we're going to go around here. And I'll just kind of give you the lay of the land. So we're up on a hill. And you can kind of see everything around you, how big this place is. There's our cars. And there's another memorial down there to, I believe it's the Marines. And then there's some soldiers down here, if I can get this to work right. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. So here's one here. W.R. McKee was a colonel in the Kentucky Infantry at the War of Buena Vista. Okay, so just an example of what we got here. Here's another one for the Kentucky Infantry. I'm not sure if this was Buena Vista or something else, but I'm guessing these are all the Buena Vista grave sites. Okay, you can see it's a really nice area here. It's a big semicircular area, lots of pretty trees in the fall. Good area just to be able to see the land around us. We'll be walking in that direction in a minute, and then we'll walk over here to Daniel Boone. Henry Clay Jr. Oh, well, I don't know if this is Henry Clay Jr. because I don't think it's the right time period, but it does say Henry Clay Jr. And he was a colonel in the Kentucky Infantry, 1842, and Buena Vista. If y'all have any questions, just pop them up there anytime. Where that car is over there is where Daniel Boone is, so we'll get over there in a little bit. Hi, Jill from Australia. Thank you for being here. So just kind of giving a lay of the land so you can kind of see where we are. And if I show you the 65-foot tall monument here, it is ginormous. It's got some eagles there on the top. They're quite big if you can't tell in the picture. And oh my goodness, it is so tall. Way up there. It lists all of the wars and a lot of the captains, probably who are buried here at the site. So Little Bighorn, Indian Wars, lots of Indian Wars, obviously. Here we have on the side of this, principal battles and campaigns in which her sons devoted their lives to their country are inscribed on the bands. Beneath the same are the names of her officers who fell. The names of her soldiers who died for their country are too numerous to be inscribed on any column. So that's who's up there on the top of the pillar there, inscribed. Over here we have a nice semicircular area where all those other wars like World War One and Two, the Korean War, all that are mentioned, and all the people who passed away in them. And we also have Thomas O'Hara, who wrote the Bivouac of the Dead, buried here in the middle. Hi, Nita. Hi, Pamela. Thank you for joining. So this is Theodore O'Hara, and it says, "Yon marble minstrels, voiceful stone, and deathless songs shall tell when many a vanished year hath flown. The story how ye fell, nor wreck, nor change, nor rider's blight, nor time's remorseless doom, can dim one ray of holy light that gilds your glorious tomb." And that's part of his Bivouac of the Dead. Hi, Cynthia. Thank you for joining. We're here at the Kentucky War Memorial, erected for all those who fell in many, many wars for Kentucky. And if I stand this way, you can get a really good picture of um, the back of this. It has a big sunburst and some angels, and of course the eagles on it. We'll get a little closer, and you can see that really well. How beautiful that is, and how the artisans would have had to take a lot of time to put that into the stonework. Hi, Jean. Thank you for joining. It is cold today, so we're gonna just try to keep moving. All right, so we're gonna backtrack a little bit and go around the pillar here. And we're gonna go see the Confederate Memorial, which is down the stairs and across a little bit. Anybody have any questions? All right. As we walk over here, we can start talking about the Confederates. And I can show you this memorial down here. And it being so close to Veterans Day that we just had this past Friday, I thought this was appropriate to honor everybody who was in the military. Hi, Michelle. So, yeah, this is for the a monument to the U.S. Marines who fought and died in Kentucky, or for Kentucky. Yeah, we'll give you a picture of the front of this here. It also has the sunburst and the angels and the eagles on top. Let me get back here a little bit. I can give you an on-center view here. You can get the whole thing in. That's a good picture. So, all right, we'll move on and go see the Confederates now. All the pretty leaves we still have that have fallen. Hi, Chloe. Thanks for joining. Hi, Jan Christine. We're walking over to the Confederate Memorial now. It's one of the only memorials, I think, left in Kentucky that's to a Confederate that they haven't taken down. So this Confederate monument we're going to is placed in a circle of graves of 68 Confederate soldiers, and it depicts their life. The life-size Confederate soldier standing ready, carved from white Carrara marble, and standing atop a granite pedestal on a limestone base. So, excuse me, sorry. We're not stepping on you, I promise. You always got to say sorry to everybody because you don't want to step on them. I don't know if anybody has ever done that before. Gone to a cemetery going, sorry, excuse me. Like they're still alive. So here's the Confederate memorial over here. So I'll stop and let you get a picture of that in its entirety before we get up on it. And there's okay. Hi, Marty. So the flagpole that is displayed here displays the first flag of the Confederacy with 7 stars. The monument was erected by the Daughters of the Confederacy in 1892. Hi, Brent. Thanks for joining. We're going to go around the front here so you can see this Confederate soldier. So here's the representation of the Confederate soldier. Let's get this thing. I'm going to get him. The inscription on the granite pedestal on all 4 sides has, again, the Bivouac of the Dead by Thomas O'Hara. I don't have to read the whole thing to you if you don't want me to. But on the face here, facing us, it says our Confederate dead, 1861 to 1865. They sleep, what need to question now, if they were right or wrong. They know ere this, whose cause was, just in God the Father's sight. They wield no warlike weapons now, return no foeman's thrust, who but a coward would revile an honored soldier's dust. So that's on the front here with the Confederate soldier. We can look around at some of these stones. Most of them don't have a name. They might just have like, soldier or cavalry or something like that. Some of them don't have anything like that one.
There on the back it says soldier.
Oh, on the back. Okay. And then that one just has a cross on it of the Confederate flag.
There's a few names.
And can't really read that one. Something Williams on this one with the Confederate flag. Died October 17, 1862. 7/11 of July. So, here's one that says Horton. We can read this clearly. Horton, shot to death November 2nd, 1864. So obviously they've placed some people here who were after the war, but may have had something to do with it. May have been, a soldier and then died afterwards. There's a couple of names here with the flag there is Atkinson. So maybe somebody who knows that family has come and put a flag there for them. There's another one here. Killed And Morganfield, 1864. So,
The next one has that same date, so there was.
oh yeah, shot to death, 1864 on Lafferty. So maybe there was something that happened um, to these men around that time, and they were soldiers or something, former soldiers. Um, there's some more flags out here for Veterans Day, I'm guessing, placed at the gravestones. So, um, but even though they were on the wrong side, as you would say it, we're going to honor them because they were soldiers and they did give their lives for Kentucky.
15 years old.
Oh, he's 15.
Oh my.
Who was that? This one in the middle?
Yeah.
So this guy here in the middle, you can see, was only 15. So he might have lied about his age to get in. Who knows? They needed everybody they could get. And that's sad. He died at 15. So, all right. So we're going to start walking this way. It is sad, Lynn. It is very sad. Um, we're going to start walking this way towards Daniel Boone. And I'll show you. We're going to walk up and around because I want to show you this house up here. Hi, Jose from Mexico. Thank you. What's I was going to say? So, yeah, Mom has a good point. If you all remember, Kentucky was a divided state. And we weren't just divided because, one family decided they wanted to fight for the North versus the South. We were in that way. But we were also divided in, like, paperwork. Because the 13th star on the Confederate flag is for Kentucky. And we became a part of the Confederate States. I forget the date, but we were a part of the Confederate States. A lot of the southern part of Kentucky counties seceded from the Union, joined the Confederates. Hi, Paul from Memphis. But we seceded from the Union, joined the Confederate States, and were literally a divided state for quite a while. Mm-hmm. So, and it wasn't just brother against brother or brother against father. It was literally the state against the state. So, I'm glad that we keep this here, even though people don't want to remember that. It's very important that we remember we were a divided state, no matter how they like to portray it. All right. So up here, we have this nice little pretty house. If y'all remember, you were on here before. We got rained out and we had to run back over there and got soaking wet. Well, now we're dealing with the cold. It's better than the rain. It's a little chapel they built. I'm not sure if they even hold services. Maybe it's for if you want to have chapel after burying a loved one or something. Not exactly sure, but it's a pretty little chapel in there.
Want to tell my ghost story?
Oh yeah, hold on. Mom wants to tell her ghost story.
All right. So when we were here the first time and we were getting rained out, when we walked by the first time and it was not raining yet.
Let me turn around.
Oh,
there you are.
Hey,
you can see.
Hi. At this house, we came up here and it wasn't raining yet. So I thought I heard voices. I thought, well, But then it started to storm and rain, and we went back. Beth was up the front. I kept going towards the back. I kept hearing voices down over the hill, and the hill goes into the valley down the Kentucky River. I was like, where are these voices coming from? It was really creepy. I couldn't tell what they were saying. It was two men talking. So we'll have to explore this later and find out if we can get some good ghost stories for you later. But I actually heard something out here. It was really amazing. So just thought you'd like to know.
I'll turn you back around here. That gives a good point while we're at it. I will have a ghost tour next Sunday, 3 o'clock. It'll be a brand new tour at the Shaker Village in
Harrisburg.
Harrodsburg. I keep wanting to say Georgetown. It's Harrodsburg. Um, not just telling about, their lives and what they were doing there and everything, but also about some of the experiences that people have had there,
Including your mother.
including my mom with the ghostly persuasion. So we're going to walk down through here, and you can see the beautiful view over there of everything. We'll get a better view when we get to Daniel Boone. And actually, I'll show you this here. This is the Alexander Monument. They were a really prominent family here. They had race horses. They actually had the horse that created the Preakness Derby, named the Preakness Derby for his horse named Preakness. So that's pretty cool to find out. And I'm just trying to be respectful because they are digging out a grave over here. So we'll go down here and around so you can see the view. And there is a really pretty cross over here, Celtic cross. So we'll just go this way. Everybody seeing and hearing okay? Thank you, Lynn. Yes, if you haven't followed me, I'm trying to get to 200 people. I'm at like 182 now. So thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Jan. All right, so I'm going to go over here. You can see the absolutely gorgeous view of downtown Frankfort, our state capital. And here's this beautiful Celtic cross. And I think the picture is really great with the clouds behind it. And then we'll go up and read this sign. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Okay. We'll go up here. Thank you, Pete. We'll go up here and see this detail. Look how beautiful this is. Absolutely beautiful. So down here at the bottom, it says, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Nita and Emma. I appreciate you all following. To the glory of God and in memory of the hearts and Camdens of Spring Hill, and it has a Latin saying at the bottom. So I'm guessing the hearts and Camdens came from Ireland or Wales or something like that. That would have had the Celtic cross. And in memory of them, and they're all buried here beside. So I'll give you a better view here, and we'll walk up to Daniel Boone. There's the Kentucky River down there, at the bottom of your screen. Again, we'll get a better view here in a minute. Here's the stairs to Daniel Boone. Now, the first thing we come up on is not Daniel Boone, it is Moorhead. And he's the one who named Moorhead College, which is a pretty big college now, very prominent. This is his burial monument. And you can see him, Commonwealth of Kentucky, erects and inscribes this monument to the memory of her honored son, Charles Slaughter Moorhead. And like I said, he's the one who created Moorhead College. All right. Here you can see the Kentucky River a little bit better, and the town, and the Capitol building behind over there in the distance. So let's go over here. Absolutely gorgeous view. Imagine if it was warm out and all the leaves were falling and all the color changes and how gorgeous it is up here during that time. All right. So turn around and back up a little bit. And here is the monument to Daniel. Looks like Queenston Heights overlooking Niagara River. Really? Got a photo of the sign too. Yes, ma'am, Becky. Let me turn around. I'll get you Daniel Boone's sign. So it's Daniel Boone's grave. Born 1734, died 1820, entered eastern Kentucky 1767, explored bluegrass region, guided Transylvania Company, blazed the Wilderness Trail, built Fort Boonesboro, directed the defense of the fort, immigrated to Missouri, reinterred with Rebecca in Frankfort in 1845. We'll talk about more of this. So that is correct. Hey, Robert. So here's his monument here. Okay. And there's a really pretty engraving on all sides. I'll show you here in a minute. So he was born in 1734. Thank you, Lynn. He's the sixth of 12 children to Quaker parents, Squire and Sarah, and spent most of his childhood tending cattle and wandering the woods. He learned to read and write without any formal education, and at 12 he became a skilled marksman. And according to legend, at that time, he shot a panther through the heart while it charged him. You imagine a mountain lion or a panther charging you and just going, oh, here, let me raise my gun and shoot it through the heart. Yeah, he had to be a really quick shot. In 1750, the family moved to North Carolina, and he fought with the militia in several Indian attacks. He then married his neighbor, Rebecca Bryan, in 1756 and had 10 children. I can't deal with my own 2, let alone 10. In 1759, Cherokee Indians raided the area the Boones lived in and made them flee to Virginia. And another legend is that while Boone was off fighting the war with the Indians, Rebecca thought he was dead and ended up having an affair with his brother and having a daughter. And when he came back, he found this daughter and then raised her as his own. And in 1773, Boone returned home from exploring Kentucky and sold his farm and set out with his family, 2 brothers, and 5 other families to settle Kentucky. They were attacked along the way by Shawnee, and Boone's oldest son, James, was killed. 2 years later, he founded Boonesboro, named after him, and it was attacked by Indians at least 3 times, and one of those was the Battle of Blue Licks, and that killed his second eldest son, Israel. In 1792, Kentucky was admitted to the Union as the 15th state, and like I said earlier, it was part of the Confederate States as the 13th state on their flag before that. In 1773, Boone and a group of immigrants were captured and tortured by Indians, and they were so shaken that they returned to North Carolina. After a victory in Lord Dunmore's War of 1774, Boone was hired to blaze the Wilderness Trail for the Transylvania Company, which also created Transylvania University. And then in 1776, Indians captured Boone's daughter, Jemima, if you've heard of this story, and 2 other girls, and he set out on a 3-day hike to rescue them. And this story sparked the inspiration for the Last of the Mohicans story by James Cooper. We're going to walk around a little bit and I'll show you this thing up here. Get a good picture of Boone sitting there on some rocks under a tree. And then we'll walk around the side here and get Rebecca. She has a really pretty one too. Here is the one where he's fighting the Indians. All these Indian wars he fought in. Yes, he did get his daughter back, Lynn. He did. He got her and her friends back from the Indians. And that's what what sparked this war they fought. Um, Here is Rebecca Boone's side. She's milking a cow in front of their home. Um, so we all know Boone to be a great military leader and hunter, but he was bad with business. And uh, many reports say that he was aggressive, and he often went into debt. Hi, Miriam. To acquire a property. We'll back out, and we're gonna go over here to the view. But he was also, if you didn't know this, he was also a slave owner. He owned 7 slaves at the height, and the stories say that in 1795 he was brought up against. There were some things brought up against him, and he didn't want to testify. And so a warrant was issued for him to confiscate his land and his arrest. Anxious to avoid arrest, he moved the family to Missouri. And at 78, he volunteered for the War of 1812, but was denied because he was 78 and he was too old to fight. So Boone died at age 85 in 1820. Oldest building. How old is the oldest building house in the town below? DT, I honestly do not know. That's something I will have to look up.
We'll have to research that.
Yeah, I'll have to research that and let you know later. The St. Louis Enquirer ran an obituary stating that the celebrated Colonel Daniel Boone had died and was the first discoverer and settler of the state of Kentucky. Now, after 25 years of being in Missouri, Kentucky Frankfort State, or Kentucky State and City of Frankfort, went there and dug him and his wife up and brought them back here and reinterred them here because they, settled Kentucky, so they thought they belonged here. But Missouri claimed that they let them dig up the wrong body. And so that they actually still have Daniel Boone's body. And then another account says that they let Frankfort have all but his brain and his heart, and that still is in Missouri. So who knows really where he is or how much we have of him here, if we have any of them here. We might have to go visit Missouri one day and find out. Yeah. In 2010, an official document filed by Friends of Daniel Boone Burial Site, Missouri, conceded that some of the bones were dug up and moved to Kentucky. His heart and brain, the document said, remained where he was buried. It is also stated that Boone left Kentucky in 1799 on bad terms, and he swore he'd rather die than set foot there again. So, we may or may not have Daniel Boone here. It's still, parts and pieces of them. It's still kind of a contested thing. West Tennessee has more. David Crockett Memorial is nicer. Thanks. All right. So, if you look over here, a nice view is the state capitol. And so just a little bit about it, because it is under construction right now. The state appropriated $100,000 to begin construction in 1869, and was awarded that in 1904. So it took quite a while because of the Spanish-American War, and so they started construction. The cornerstone of the new Capitol was laid in 1906, and a ceremony was held to commemorate it, and at least 20,000 people were present. Oh, well, thank you, G, for posting that. Let's see. In June 1910, they had a dedication ceremony for the new Capitol building. The finished costs were $1,180,434. A lot of money back then. There's also a floral clock we cannot see from here that they built in front of the Capitol, and that cost $50,000 by itself. Now, we're going to look over here at the Kentucky River. And the Kentucky River is a tributary of the Ohio River. It is 260 miles or 418 kilometers long, and most of the river and its tributaries drain to the central part of the state, with its course passing through coal mining regions of the Cumberland Mountains and the lower course of it through the Bluegrass region, which is what we are in. There is obviously lots of limestone here, which is good for mineral deposits that go into the grass and create the bluegrass we have here that the horses eat, that give us the most amazing racehorses on earth, because we are the horse capital of the world. But also, we have great bourbon because of it, and all the crops we can grow, and all the wheat. I need to do a bourbon tour. I just haven't been able to find somebody who will let me do it yet. Let's see. Apparently, it's estimated that more than 700,000 people depend on the river for water. Beverly, yes. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I need to hold you over here. So I'll keep moving. Kentucky Governor Mansion built in 1796. Thank you, Becky. Yes, we need to go see the Kentucky Governor's Mansion. That would be pretty too. I think, Mom, you've been in there
a few times.
Yeah, Mom's been in the Governor's Mansion a few times. So the main stem of the Kentucky River is formed in eastern Kentucky at Beattyville, in Lee County, and the North and South Forks at about 670 feet elevation. The middle goes about 5 miles above Beattyville and flows northwest through the mountains, through Daniel Boone National Forest, past Irvine, Boonesboro, and flows southward and passes south of Lexington, and then just north of Frankfort, where it joins the Ohio at Carrollton, Kentucky. Yes, Ruth Hunt candies. I've thought of that too. We definitely need to do that. That is definitely a huge part of, that's a huge part of,
we can taste test for them.
Oh yeah, we could taste test for you. That'd be wonderful. I'll have to get in contact with them. All right. Some good ideas, guys. Keep them coming, because I definitely need to do some other stuff. I can only do it when I have some free time and when I'm not dealing with kids and everything. But I really hope you all have enjoyed all the tour today. I know it's a little short, but it's cold. So I will turn you back around here and leave you with the view of Daniel Boone sitting under a tree, this beautiful monument. And I really thank you all so much for coming and enjoying the tour and leaving your comments and suggestions. Oh, thanks, Pamela. Please post pictures. L8 soda. You mean L8 Ale?
L81.
L81 soda. Yes, yeah, I love Kentucky. It. It is totally Kentucky. Only Kentucky makes it. So yes, I would love your poor nose running. Always the weather. Yeah, I know. Always the weather change on my tours. Like, it was raining. Now it's snowing.
Maybe Mom's not good luck.
Maybe Mom's not good luck. Who knows? So thank you all so much for coming. Remember to join the tour for the Shakers next Sunday, and hopefully some ghostly encounters. If not, at least some ghostly stories. And I will get working on the state mansion and the Ruth Candy tour and some other stuff. Hopefully some bourbon tours. I do have another haunted tour coming up in January, February, depending on when they let me come over there and do that. So be on the lookout for that. And as always, I appreciate you all. Just make sure you leave me a tip, leave me a review, post pictures, uh, just anything you can do to get the word out there about Heygo and what a wonderful community it is. So thank you, Becky. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, everyone. I will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.